Hello, good morning, and welcome to the Lavender Bergamot Kitchen, and happy National Pizza Day. We are going to do a bunch of videos today about how to make your own pizza, and we're going to start with crust because that's the most important part. You can't have pizza without crust. I am going to talk about specifically how to get some more whole grains into your crust. And the most important thing there is going to be soaking your whole wheat flour. So what I mean by that is I'm going to weigh out all of the water that I'm going to use for this. And so for this, I use 8 ounces. I'm actually doing a half batch because I've got a lot of pizza dough going. So this is 4 ounces of water. And then all of the amount of the wheat flour that you're going to do. Now, I do use some white flour as well because I think that to get that like chewiness that you really want in a pizza dough, you have to have some of that white flour to like pump up the gluten. But we're going to do about half of it as whole wheat. So for this little recipe, we're going to do 2.5 ounces of whole wheat flour. And the reason we're soaking is that that's going to help the whole grain flour absorb the water better. The reason that whole grain breads that you make at home tend to be kind of dense is because this happens. So we're stirring this up, and you can see it's incredibly soupy, right? Very, very loose. This would never, ever be able to be dough. This is more like pancake batter. But if we let it sit for a couple of hours, it absorbs all that flour. The bran and the germ that's still in the whole grain flour that makes it better for you, that just takes more time to absorb the water. And so now it's almost dough. I mean, it is kind of doughy. If I was making like sandwich bread, this would be fine. Since I'm going to roll it out, this needs more flour to make it thicker, and this is when I'm just going to go ahead and add that all-purpose or bread flour. But you can see how much it changed when it's soaked, and you can do this with any recipe. If you would like to make a whole grain muffin, you can mix it up the night before, pop it in the refrigerator, scoop it, and bake it in the morning, and you'll get a higher rise and a better, fluffier texture. You also want to always increase the liquid amount a little bit. So for this one, if I'm making it with all white flour, I'm going to use 10 ounces of white flour and 6 ounces of water. If I'm using the whole wheat flour, though, I up that to 8 ounces of water. So I'm going to go ahead, and I'm not actually going to put in the whole 5 ounces that I still need to put in here because it doesn't look like it needs it. So I'm going to just start with 2.5. I'm going to start stirring it, and you really just need to kind of mix it in until it looks like it's all come together. I'm just going to knead it in the bowl. We're also going to add 2 teaspoons of yeast and 1 teaspoon of salt. And we're going to knead it and let it rise, and then roll it out and turn it into pizza. So keep your eye on our page throughout the day. We're going to come back at you with some sauce options, some topping options, and how to make your pizza night awesome. So keep an eye out, like and subscribe.